breaking news is significant news.
Right, we've got loads more of the Monday Night Football predictions coming up this hour, but the clock is ticking towards deadline day, and Liverpool's Cody Gakpo is one of the options that Manchester City are looking at to improve their forward line. Spurs are also interested in Gakpo, who signed a new long-term deal with Liverpool last August. Liverpool don't want to sell the Dutch international as things stand and would likely need to bring in 2 wide forwards to be comfortable with letting him go.
I think everyone expects Manchester City to be really busy in the final week of the window, because we've seen the outgoings that they've got. Obviously, they've just signed that Brazilian winger, Allen, and he's expected to come and be the Savinho replacement, really. But then if Marmoush leaves, as everyone expects, then they still want to bring in another forward. So Cody Gakpo, one of the players that they are looking at. But if you are Cody Gakpo and you've got the option of Tottenham or Manchester City, I suppose it comes down to what is the most important thing for you, because if you look at Manchester City's team, Jeremy Doku really has that position nailed down on the left of Manchester City's attack. So what reassurances could Gakpo get over the sort of minutes that he would get in that team?
With Hugo Ekitike out injured, I think there is a need for Gakpo, not only as a left winger, but also as support for Alexander Isak as the number 9. So I think there's certainly no way Liverpool could accept him departing without signing at least 1 and potentially 2 replacement players. And we know that they're looking at Bradley Barcola from PSG and at Yankuba Minteh from Brighton. So I think theoretically, if both of those players can come in, then maybe there's scope for Gakpo to leave, and that might make sense financially. But at the time of us speaking now, I think the idea of Gakpo going before Liverpool confirm those deals and make sure they can do the Barcola and Minteh deals, it feels like a bit of a risky move.
As you say there, they might want 2 wingers to come in before they sanction it. I mean, is that likely to happen in the final week of the window? Yeah. 2 quality replacements of the necessary quality to replace someone like a Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, guys, again, I think Liverpool cannot, at any other circumstance, afford to lose Cody Gakpo, and I think they almost need 2 wingers in with keeping Cody Gakpo at the club. I think that was apparent in the game against Newcastle. I just think some of the attacking options were a bit short. They were a bit short. You know, Isak is still, finding his feet, getting going. Ekitike is coming back from an injury. Chiesa is around there. I think it's a lot to expect of Rio and Gamoa also to take that next step and be the most solid replacement all of a sudden. So I do actually think, whether it's a Yankuba Minteh, whether it's a Barcola, I think Liverpool, again, for what they want to achieve is to go back into that title challenge, to go and challenge in the Champions League, in the domestic cups. They need 2 wingers without selling Cody Gakpo.
Right.
So for me, I think you can't let him go for sure, and you need to add, because I think in this day and age, for any team, not just Liverpool, with the rewards being so high, the Premier League, the financial rewards, there's no excuse for leaving yourself short. So let's add, be strong, and then you can see where the season takes you from there.
Yeah, it does feel, watching that Newcastle game, that there is still quite a bit of work, a bit of surgery that needs to be done to this Liverpool squad, despite the big outlays over the past year or so.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at it a year ago, we were talking about Liverpool spending huge money, options, clear favourites to win the league. But a year is a very, very, very long time in football. And so much so, Jamie Carragher was looking back on Liverpool's summer transfer business last year. And as always, he doesn't hold back.
My fear is this window of 12 months ago could set Liverpool back a year or 2. I really do, to fix it. We're talking 12 months of underperformance from all of these players except him. If this doesn't change in the next 2 or 3 months under Iraola and these players improving, I think we're going to be looking at that as arguably the worst transfer window we've probably seen in Premier League history, when you consider the fees for these.
Well, Gary Neville's reaction there was wow, and that was pretty much mine as well when I was watching this. He was, yeah. Do you agree? Could this potentially be the worst transfer window in history if things carry on going like this?
Wow, it's incredibly strong words, for sure. And I think the way to look at it, when you spend that much money, of course, it comes with a level of expectation and a level of expectation on the return that you're investing in. So I think for Liverpool, when you look at that window, I think Ekitike has been the one that's kind of stood out, did really well before his unfortunate injury. And I think that window and those players signed ultimately they come down to two players, and that's Alexander Isak, who we know is a world-class striker, when fit, when ready to go. And I think this could be his season to really, show what his qualities are that we've seen before. And I think the other wild card, and Jamie Carragher mentioned, is Florian Wirtz. Like, where does he play? Where does he fit in? And is he going to be able to be given that chance to really prove his worth? When he had his best season under Xavi Alonso at Leverkusen, he played, we've seen now again, we saw it last night, I know it's a small sample size, Cole Palmer, Morgan Rogers, thriving in those number 10 positions. Florian Wirtz thrived under Xabi Alonso. Jonas Hoffmann on the other 10 for Leverkusen. He did really well in that system. Now, this is a complete different system, complete different manager. Andoni Iraola, the way he plays, is that suitable for him? Is this high-pressing, high-energy way of playing away for him? That's the key player, because if they don't find a position for him, 120-odd million on a player who's not giving you that output is a lot to spend, and then how do you replace him?
Yeah. And Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher also had quite a strong debate in that chat about what Liverpool need the most. And they were saying, look, they haven't even talked about getting fullback replacements in or a defensive midfielder. What do you think should be the number one priority? Should it be going and getting a winger? Should it be a defensive midfielder? Should it be a centre-back? Should it be a fullback?
Again, I refer to the game on Sunday. It shows a glaring need for the winger positions. I think there has to be priority number one, priority number two. Get those two wingers in, get that depth in there, and then give those. I think that'll also help take a little bit more pressure off the likes of Florian Wirtz. That'll give a bit more service to Alexander Isak. Don't forget Isak, when he was at Newcastle, Anthony Gordon, Harvey have enough in that midfield area to kind of get through this season. But I think when you're looking at the winger options, players coming off the bench, they're so short in those areas at the moment.
Okay, right. Next up, we're going to be talking about one of Asmir's former clubs.
Sky Sports has reportedly confirmed a major development that has sent Liverpool supporters into celebration, with Bradley Barcola officially becoming a Liverpool player. The highly rated French winger has completed his move to Anfield, bringing an end to the long-running transfer speculation surrounding his future. Barcola has been one of the most exciting attacking talents in European football, and his arrival represents a major statement from Liverpool. The Reds have been closely monitoring the winger, with his pace, creativity, attacking intelligence, and ability to operate from the flanks, making him an attractive addition to the squad. According to the reported confirmation, the deal has now been completed, with all the necessary formalities successfully concluded. Barcola is expected to begin the next chapter of his career on Merseyside as Liverpool prepare for another demanding campaign. The French international is regarded as a player capable of making an immediate impact. His ability to take on defenders, create chances, and contribute directly in the final third could provide Liverpool with another dangerous attacking option. Liverpool supporters have been eagerly waiting for confirmation of the transfer, and the reported Sky Sports announcement has now triggered huge excitement among the fan base. After weeks of speculation, the message is clear: Barcola is officially a Red. His arrival also gives Liverpool greater depth and flexibility in attack. With his versatility and explosive style of play, Barcola could become an important part of the team's attacking plans. The transfer is also being viewed as a major signal of Liverpool's ambitions. Bringing in a player of Barcola's quality demonstrates the club's determination to strengthen the squad and compete at the highest level. Now, attention will turn to Barcola's first appearance in Liverpool colours. Supporters will be watching closely to see how quickly the French winger settles into the team and begins his new journey at Anfield. For Liverpool fans, however, the biggest news is already here. Bradley Barcola is reportedly a Red, and the long-awaited transfer saga has finally reached its conclusion. Anfield is ready to welcome its new attacking star.